let's talk about a bit on the MicroPython. So basically, we know that MicroPython is the version of Python used for microcontrollers. So we'll talk in brief about this MicroPython and some of the features of it. So first to know about MicroPython, so the one you see here is the MicroPython symbol. So this MicroPython is basically a implementation of Python itself. We can say it's a derivative. So it's written in C programming language following the C99 standard. So this MicroPython is specifically optimized to run on the microcontrollers, and we can say it's like a operating system which runs on the bare metal of the microcontroller, and then on top of it you write your application. Like example, the simple LED, or writing a serial communication channel, or using a GPIO to do your operations. So all the things which we do with microcontroller can be done here. And the people who know about Python, they know that they have standard libraries, and MicroPython also supports those standard libraries. And the official board supported by MicroPython is the Pi board. So basically, we know that Python is open source. Similarly, MicroPython is open source, where there is a large community supporting this, and you can use it for your application and tailor it as per your need. Continuing the discussion, one of the major advantages is that when we write a C program, what we do is basically we compile it in an IDE and then port this onto the flash this onto the microcontroller basically. So here the MicroPython itself is a compiler. So when you port this and you write a program on top of it, the compilation happens on the board itself, and basically it supports inline assembler, so you can write your assembly code as per your need. And one of the major point or the major differentiation of Python with respect to other languages is the ease to understand, that where a simple guy who doesn't know anything about a program can write a program in Python. So that's how simple it is. So MicroPython also makes it easier. So now if you are trying to build an application with MicroPython in mind, you can understand how easy it is, considering the ease of use of Python. And also because it's at a very high level programming language, the understanding the code is also easy, and then the debugging the code is also easy. Now, one of the major disadvantage we can say with respect to Python, or advantage, so we will say in both the ways, because MicroPython needs a specific amount of flash RAM to run its code. So 256 KB flash and 16 KB RAM is what minimally is required. The lower end of these microcontrollers other than these cannot run this MicroPython because of the space constraints. So we can say Python requires more hardware at one end. Also, it is not that it requires a very hi-fi kind of things like a processor or high flash and RAM based microcontrollers. A medium level microcontroller should be able to run. And one more thing is that it may not be able to do things like a general operating system, like a Linux kind of system does, but it can do a routines which a C-based microcontroller does. Whereas C is at a very advanced level. Python can do some of the operations, as we said, like talking over a serial communication channel, or GPIOs, or the basic microcontroller operations can be performed. And then MicroPython basically takes a modular approach to programming, so you can segregate the entire program into several modules and run it as per your requirement. And one more important thing is basically the Python extensions or the Python packages that are available are some of them can be used in MicroPython, so you can remotely download these packages as per your need. If your board has a remote connectivity option like a Wi-Fi, and download all these options. And the major thing, as we mentioned, so if you have a small project in mind and if you want to do a quick prototyping, first prove the things, then do a prototyping, and then do a high level functionality later, or a complex functionality later. So in such cases, if you can go for MicroPython, you can save a lot of time, implement these things easily, and show the people that you have proved it. So basically, for some of the proof of concept things, you can consider MicroPython. And there are several features of MicroPython which helps you in either debugging or using this or choosing for your application. One of the major thing is REPL, which we say read, evaluate, print loop. This is nothing but a prompt, like example what we have a command prompt in our page. Such kind of prompt will be available once you have the MicroPython programmed onto your microcontroller. So over serial port, you can try to execute the things. So when you listen to this scenario, it is clear that this can be used in test and automation kind of things, which is very useful in these day applications, because most of the environments are moving towards automation. And then another important thing is the exception handling, or the arbitrary precision integers, basically the integer values, and then the option to access the low level hardware peripherals like the GPIO or SPI, UART, I2C, all these can be accessed using a module that is inbuilt into MicroPython called the machine. So as that is available for these specific microcontrollers which support MicroPython, it becomes easy to access the low-level hardware and control them. And one more important thing is the boards which are supporting the MicroPython also support the file system. The MicroPython supports file system, so you can use SD card for the boards which uses MicroPython. And then the major advantage, the major drive in the industry, the major usage, and the place where people find usage of Python or MicroPython is basically the test and automation applications. So MicroPython has an extensive test suite which can be used for developing different test strategies for your application. And then there are several boards already supporting MicroPython, and day by day the list has been increasing. And as this is open source, people started experimenting more from its release. Its release is over a years now, and slowly it is getting traction, and it is being used in most of the industrial applications or the commercial applications that people use it, or some of the test automation frameworks that we find. So some of the boards which support MicroPython at present, as per the official website of the MicroPython, or some of the external sources, are ESP32, ESP8266. We have one of the video on ESP8266 in our channel. And then the official board which has STM32 microcontroller, the Pi board, basically supports the MicroPy. So this is the base you take and start working. And then the microbit, this is one of the initiative long back for students, where they can use small board to learn programming. So it was based on Nordic. And then as per MicroPython website, so it supports STM32 Nucleo and Discovery boards, the famous whiteboard of STM32, and then the Wi-Fi module. These are the basic test target boards that are supported. Along with this, you can run Python on your MicroPython on your desktop PC as well. Suppose, if let us assume you don't have any of these evaluation boards in hand, so this MicroPython can be simulated on a PC environment, on your laptop or your PC, with different architectures, the 8086 or 64, and also it can be extended to other ARM-based controllers. So that it has various support. The usage is increasing. There is a lot of traction, and people love using Python, so they should be more moving towards MicroPython for some of their major applications, especially in the test environment. So the image you see here is of a MicroPython, the Pi board, which is the official board of MicroPython. And then another advantage. So we talked about just testing the Python on your PC without having any kind of hardware board. MicroPython has emulator listed on their website, so you can go through it, you can go through it and see or learn the programming. So you can see here the peripherals are listed. You can just run the scripts and see how the LED is blinking, or how the LCD is connected, or servo motor drive, or ADC functionality. So you can test these, just emulate the hardware on your PC, and just to try out the things, learn the MicroPython. So you can see the advantages, you can see the buzz around. You see lot of guys talking about MicroPython, lot of companies moving towards MicroPython for some of their small needs. It is not a extravagant thing like a Linux operating system or any other RTOS related things, but it has its own advantages, especially in the test and automation related functionalities. Thanks for watching. Please comment if you want to learn anything, or if you have any suggestions. Please subscribe to our channel. Encourage us to do more videos. Thanks for watching. Thank you.